Listen, I was bought in this year. I think I had him
Mm,
as like my SP 19. We have seen it. Part of it was just like belief that like we've seen the innings from him. I think people still had some innings concerns for Peralta. We still got those innings again. I think it's now what 3 years in a row with 165 for Peralta. Um,
yeah. I mean,
he
2022, no. It's 2 years, 78 innings in
okay,
2022 and
so it's just
144 in 2021.
right. Okay, so two innings, but 100. So let's call it 145 3 years in a row, which is still pretty good in this landscape. But the fastball, Nick, the
Yeah,
fastball, he
it's bad.
cannot stay consistent with it.
No, you know, one of the biggest problem? It's pretty simple. When he first came up to the majors, Freddie Peralta, I remember this debut against the Rockies, and I didn't really understand. I just knew of this magical word that I wasn't able to quantify, but everyone told me it was good. It was extension. With Freddie Peralta, oh my gosh, the best extension ever. He's so good at it. He's able to just pump these fastballs. It's great. They can hit it, etc. Well, that extension, when we started to get actual data for it, was 7.3 in 2020, which is absurdly elite. And
Mhm.
this really set everything up as why his ICR marks over his career have been so low 38, 33, 30, 35. However, that extension from 7.3 went to 7.1, then to 7, then to 6.9 in 2023, now down to 6.7. That is pedestrian. That is within the middle bucket of like average for a pitcher, like 65th percentile. I'm calling that average. And 6.5 is actual league average straight in the middle. This means that his ICR overall, Freddie Peralta, 41% allowed. This is not the weak contact guy that you know from the past, which means that his hit per nines that were like under seven, actually under six in 2021. My gosh, under seven, around six, 7.1 2023, now just 7.4. And you have the walk rate as Professor Chaos, the nickname for Freddie Peralta, as just kind of shotgun blast this whole thing. Showed up often, and the walk rate of old has returned with the highest hit rate of his career, with the home runs that we saw in 2023 also plaguing him. And also, Freddie Peralta had his really nice second half last year. We were hoping that the command would stick from there. It
Mhm.
wasn't. It was still all over the place. So I'm really concerned about Freddie Peralta. I don't think that he can be that guy without that elite extension. This four seamer overall, as shape, it is very flat 1.5 height adjusted VAA. That is the best thing he has going for him. It's decent IVB under 16 inches. But without that extension putting him over the edge with it, he then has three secondaries that fail to hit a 60% strike rate. And
Right.
this has always been the problem for Freddie Peralta. And the curveball actually used to be a 67% in 2022 for strike rate at 17% usage. Just fell down to 7% usage because it was only 58% this year. So I'm terrified. I feel like it's name value here. And 27 to 28% striker rate is what's really keeping him afloat. But it was a 3.68 ERA, 121 whip, as the signs of degradation on the fastball are there. The
So
only thing really positive here is mistake rate's only 14th best at 4% because he doesn't throw in the zone much.
so let me
He
let me ask you
doesn't
a
do that,
question.
and it's frustrating.
We don't care too much about like spring training data. We're not trying to like make massive changes based on what we see in the spring. But let's say in the spring, now that we have Statcast data in a lot of these parks, let's say in the spring we start to see Freddie Peralta back with the older extension on his fastball. Because that's such a key for him, is that something where like you would actually move him up?
Yes,
Maybe not like all the way
100%.
back into the top 20,
No,
but
I
you would
would
move him up a
certainly
decent
be
chunk.
more encouraged on Freddie
Okay.
Peralta if I saw that his extension was above 7 feet consistently.